I hate the Tory party, their men, their words, and their methods. So said Winston Churchill in 1903. And of course, the young Winston was undoubtedly correct. The Conservatives are not just the most successful party in modern British history. They are also, by some considerable distance, the easiest to dislike. The party of the property-owning democracy has never had the slightest doubt about who should own the property. Vested interest was what passed for party ideology, and the preservation of power was not just its overriding objective, it was its all-encompassing goal. All of which made the party an easy target for odium, but also rather successful in elections. You don't have to like us to know that it's sensible to let chaps like us run the show, seemed to be the subliminal message of the party. But something very serious has happened to damage that Tory brand. They have discovered original thought, with all of the dangers that this brings with it. The traditional Conservative Party would never have countenanced Brexit, far too risky, and a move almost certain to make the country much poorer. And if you make the country poorer, there's always the risk that you might be expected to make the occasional sacrifice as well. But much of the new Conservative Party, like Cromwell's New Model Army, are not interested in the traditional political arts of equivocation and muddling through. Indeed, Jacob Rees-Mogg, as the standard bearer of this faction, sees 17th century politics as frightfully nouveau. Not all top Tories are ideologues, of course. Theresa May would just love to muddle through, but a lack of ability just makes it a muddle. Boris Johnson is certainly not bitten by the bug of principle, but unfortunately most of his colleagues, in a phrase which he will certainly not recognise, know that he would cheerfully sell his granny to a glue factory to enter number 10. There is a happy medium between high principle and naked ambition where a traditional Tory leader would rest. However, the bulk of the party have discovered ideology and principle, and in pursuit of this millenarian vision of Britain as a reborn mid-Atlantic Singapore, there is no sacrifice too great and no party sacred cow too precious not to be slaughtered. Make no mistake, Brexit shall destroy the traditional Tory party. The infection of ideology is now deeply rooted and cannot be excised without severe damage to the Conservative body politic. Removing Brexiteering from the Tories will make removing militant from Labour look like child's play. And into all of this confusion comes Ruth Davidson, like a tartan Joan of Arc, offering to lead the Tory party if it, well, stops being the Tory party and becomes instead pro-European, pro-immigrant, and prioritise national health over low taxes. Even if we are to leave to one side the inconvenience of not having a Westminster seat and having little track record of supporting any of these excellent things in the Scottish Parliament, Ruthism seems a rather unlikely salvation for the Tories. Whatever party she is trying to lead on that manifesto, it ain't any version of conservatism. Or to use the words of the present leader, the Tories are indeed the nasty party, not the nice one, and nothing has changed. From the standpoint of a Brexiteering MP, better by far to go out in a blaze of glory when it all goes fut and the government falls on the altar of an unobtainable hard Brexit. And then, in days to come, this bunch of kamikaze Eurosceptic bigots will sit around lounge bars, reflecting on what might have been if only that decent chap Farage had been available to lead at the right time and to take them to the promised land, and the rest of us to perdition.